Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to implement a local query scope within your model. Now, if we look at our API routes file, you can see that I've set up a post endpoint using a get method, which then calls the index method within the posts controller. Now, if we look at the actual index method, you can see that we receive the request via a custom form request, and the actual implementation is something you would normally see out in the world if it was done by a more junior type of developer. The search parameter is being extracted from the request, and then a conditional is being used to check whether it's null or not. If it's not null, you then do the query with the where clause to get your search results. If it is null, you just return all the posts and then return the post variable within the resource collection. Now, in order for us to confirm that we refactor this code correctly, I've set up two basic tests. The first test returns a whole list of posts without searching, and the second test returns a list of posts where we pass in a search parameter. I also do snapshot testing so we can get a visual representation of what our response looks like. This is the response of the post without doing any search on it. And our second snapshot shows the result when we pass in a search parameter. Okay, so let's run PHP unit to make sure that our tests are passing. And there we go. We've got two tests and two assertions. Okay, now in order to define a local scope within the model, we create a public function, and you have to name it or start the name with the word scope. And the last part should be in camel case what your scope is going to do. So in this case, we're going to call it search. And the first parameter is always going to be the query. This is something Laravel is going to inject automatically in this query scope. And we can then make our second parameter our search, which we're going to pass in through the controller. And your return type should either be void, meaning returning nothing, or you can return the query builder. In this example, we're just going to stick with void. And now we can go ahead and do the check on our search parameter and append it to the query if it's necessary. And we can do it by simply saying if our search is not null, we want to amend the query saying where, let's say our post name equals to our search. And that's it. And now we can go ahead and implement this query scope inside our index method. Okay, so in order to do this, we can say post equals the post model. And now we can call our query scope method just by calling it search. We don't include the scope prefix. And then we pass in the request search parameter, and we call the get method on it. And now we can go ahead and remove these lines of code. And if we run PHP unit again, we see everything is still green, means that we've refactored our query scope successfully. Now, to clean up our index method a little bit more, we can take this query and instead of assigning it to a variable, we can pass it straight into the collection like this. And now, as you can see, our index method is a lot shorter, a lot cleaner, easier to read, and much more fluent. And that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.